This is a brief 5-minute tutorial about how to write a position essay, or more specifically, how to write the first paragraph, or what we've referred to in class as the thesis paragraph of a position essay. Now, the first sentence. The first sentence should identify the setting in which the essay takes place and the topic of the essay. The setting can be a time frame, for example, between 800 BC and 600 BC, an event like during World War II or during the Civil War, or an era, for example, during the Roaring Twenties. What's important to remember is that everything you talk about within your essay should take place within the setting you've established. Now, the topic should simply restate the question. To see if you've restated your topic correctly, someone should be able to read your first sentence and know what your essay is about without knowing the essay question. If they can't do that, you may need to rework your topic. The first sentence should never include your 3 points. Say something like, there were many, or there were a number of. Think of your thesis paragraph as like a funnel. It starts off with a broad topic, and by the time you get to the end of the paragraph, or the thesis itself, or the thesis sentence, it will be specific as to what you're going to talk about. Now, the second sentence indicates the position you're going to take with your writing. Your position is shown using an adverb. For example, greatly, significantly, hardly, barely. What a position essay is not is a regurgitation of facts. Okay, you need to take those facts and then use them to justify and prove or disprove your position that you're taking. Sentences 3, 4, and 5 provide the points you're going to make and a brief explanation about them for context. Try and vary the structure and grammar used in sentences 3, 4, and 5 so they don't all sound the same. Avoid statements like another point or firstly, secondly, thirdly, etc. Sentence 6. The sixth and last sentence is your thesis sentence. Your thesis sentence should restate your topic as well as incorporate the 3 points you made, your setting, and your position. For example, thus, the Gulf of Tonkin incident, the Tet Offensive, and the My Lai massacre all significantly influenced the American public's perspective of the Vietnam War. Now, using that thesis sentence, let's look at the essay question and then the actual whole first paragraph you would write around it. So, the essay question. Identify and describe 3 events that occurred during the Vietnam War that influenced the American public's perspective of the war. So your thesis paragraph would look something like this. During the conflict known as the Vietnam War, a number of events transpired that influenced the American public's perspective of the war. These important events significantly impacted public perception of the war. The Gulf of Tonkin incident was the catalyst for the Americanization period of the Vietnam War. The Tet Offensive shattered the belief that the United States was on the cusp of winning the war. The My Lai massacre shocked the American public and caused public support of the war to drastically plummet. Thus, the Gulf of Tonkin incident, the Tet Offensive, and the My Lai massacre all significantly influenced the American public's perspective of the Vietnam War. So if we break this thesis paragraph down, we have our setting, the Vietnam War. We have our topic restated, and again it says there are a number of events that transpired or influenced. Okay, it doesn't specifically list the 3 points yet. Then it has our position, significantly, and our 3 points, the Gulf of Tonkin incident, the Tet Offensive, and the My Lai massacre. And then we take all 6 of those ingredients and we look at and we add them to our thesis sentence. This is our first point, our second point, our third point, our position, our topic, and our setting. And that's how you write a thesis paragraph. Now, don't forget that when you've written your thesis paragraph, underline all of those 6 points, okay? Because if you don't, you will not get credit for them even though they're there. The whole point of underlining them is to make sure that you know that they're there, because if you go to underline it and it's not there, then you need to add it before handing in your essay. I hope this helps, and if you've got any other questions, come and see me in class.